to the channel! So I'm filming 3 videos today, so I'm wearing the same top. Do not judge. I can't be bothered to change it. Okay, so today's video is going to be a story time. I love story times. My life, seriously. Let me get comfortable. Okay, this is nothing to do with people being crazy. It's just me being super weird. So this story was a couple of years ago when I used to live quite far from the town. So I always been working in the city centre the last probably 5 to 6 years. And at the time, I used to live outside the town, but not too far. It was probably like 20 minutes on the bus if there was no traffic. And normally when you finish, obviously after 5, 6 o'clock, there's a lot of people finishing at the same time. It's going to be very busy. It's going to be very full with people. So obviously I used to take the bus, and you can imagine how many people is on the bus after 5 o'clock. So if you're from the UK, you know that we have the double decker buses. Here's a picture. So that bus is full of people. So normally on the top, everyone is sitting down. You can't really get upstairs once it's full because of health and safety and stuff. So people have to stay downstairs. So that was people. So you're literally standing like this. There is humans around everywhere. You feel very anxious, and oh my god, I used to hate that. I don't want humans around. So anyway, lots of people, and I was probably around I was standing as well at the time, and that was about middle section on the bus where you can, there's a lot of it's a bigger space for standing. So I was there, and as the bus was going, there was this one stop when the bus stopped, and a person got on the bus, and this guy started to stare at me all the time. And then I was like, why the hell is he staring at me? Why is he looking at me like that, And I just keep thinking, because a lot of times I meet people, and they're I'm really good with faces and remembering people. I'm rubbish with names, but if I see you somewhere, sometimes I just walk past someone on the streets and then I see them again somewhere else, and it takes me days that I just oh my god, where did I know that person from? It really annoys me and I want to remember, but I had no idea who this guy was. I don't think I ever seen him before, never talked to him before. So he just keeps staring at me, and obviously as we get away from town, people start getting off the bus, so it's less and less people. And basically we got to I think I was halfway through home when there was very few people now. So he got closer and closer to me, so I was starting to shit it, and I was why is this kiss, is he just likes me, or maybe trying to talk to me or get my attention, and stuff like that. But then he got to me, and he looked at me, and then he said,
"How are you? I haven't seen you for a long time."
And I was thinking in my head, who the hell is this? But I don't know why I played along with it. This is when I think I'm just stupid. I have no idea why I did that. I think it's just my anxiety didn't let me it's really weird. So I played along with it, and he said to me, okay, so my camera died. I don't know if the lighting and everything is any different, but where did I left it on? So he asked me how I am. I just said, yes, I'm fine, thank you. I'm cool, I've been fine, And then she started coming up with he started coming up with more questions, and he asked me how my sister is, and I was like, yeah, she's fine, everyone is cool. And then she asked me that if my sister is still together with that Asian guy. And one thing you need to know about my sister, that my sister is back in Hungary, never ever ever lived in the UK. She never dated anyone but a Hungarian guy. So she's back in my country. Never dated anyone from a different country before. So I was okay, he's definitely not talking to me. He doesn't know me. He thinks he's talking to someone else. And I was yeah, she's fine. Yeah, they're still together. Everything is cool. I just still don't understand why the hell did I do that? Why did I say that I know what I'm talking about or what's going on. And then he was like, started to ask me about my job, like how my job was, you know, and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, yeah, like everything's cool, I still do the same thing, you know, nothing changed. And I didn't know like what the hell to lie or what is going on with this person's life he thinks he's talking to. And I'm just like thinking like, what point of this conversation this guy didn't realize that he's not talking to the right person, you know? I'm sure like I can look like someone a little bit, you know? There's like people look very similar to each other, but like, come on. Then if I start speaking, for example, that you at least my voice is different, or like my mannerism is different, or something is different, you know? Like you come closer to me and then like, because he was staring at me for ages, like you should, I have no idea. So then I finally got to my bus stop. So I said to him, no, actually I got off a bus stop earlier. So I said to him like, oh yeah, it was nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Like you're gonna be fine. All this like small talks you people normally do. And I got off the bus, and then I started like laughing so much as soon as I got off the bus, and I was crying. I just found it like the funniest thing ever. And then I was just like so angry at myself. I was like, why did I do that? Why didn't I just not tell him that he's not talking to the right person and I don't know who he is, and I don't have a sister who dated an Asian guy. My sister is not in this country, never been in this country apart from holidays, never worked in a place what he thinks I worked at, you know? I'm a different person, you know? But no, I didn't. I chose to like get along with it. Anyway, so that was that. Obviously, I was very proudly telling my friends that this is what happened and I'm so stupid. Then, a couple of weeks later, I was waiting for the bus. So obviously, the bus stop is used to be very near to my house. So I'm like standing at the bus stop, and then a car pulls up, like right next to me, and then rolls the windows down. Well, rolls the windows down, and it's this guy, the one I was talking to on the bus, and pretended that I know him. And he's like,
oh, you're right, like, it's so weird, like, we've seen each other.
Game weather. I haven't seen me 10 years or something. I remember, like, yeah, I think he said something like that on the bus, that he haven't seen me for 10 years. So I was like, no, like, I'm fine, I need to meet someone on the bus. So I kind of lied to him, because I'm not going to get in the car with this random guy, like, who knows that, like, who knows him, who the hell he is, like, you know. And then he was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. And then he, like, I never seen him again after that. But it's just so weird. Like, I don't get it. Like, and then as well, like, how we seen each other again, you know what I mean? And then he says that he's never met this woman for 10 years before. Or, like, you know. Anyway. But then, as I started to, like, think about the whole situation, I was just thinking, like, saying to my friends that maybe he's actually just trying to chat me up, and then he didn't know how to chat me up, and then he came up with this stupid thing, and then I actually got along with it, so he was, like, thinking in his head,
like, what is she talking about? Like, I totally just made this up, you know, just trying to ask her stupid questions, and she's actually, like, replying and everything is, you know?
And then I may look like a completely idiot. And then I got caught, basically, of, like, me trying to make up all these things. But it was just so funny. Yeah, so I did pretend to know someone. I had no idea who it was. But, yeah, I thought it's just a funny story to tell you. So that was basically it. Like, if you meet someone on the street who thinks that they know you, do not pretend it, because it's awkward. Like, really awkward. It's, like, just, like, your mind is, like, tick, 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 tick. You're trying to think about things, like, when he's asking you something, you know. Yeah, no idea what I did it, but I did it, so that's the story time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys want me to film next. I have a lot of story times. Some of them are not, like, I have a really good, like, gym stalker one, which I would want to tell you, but I'm not sure if I feel safe enough to say that, because this person's probably still living in this town where I live. And if I say film it, don't really want this person to find my channel and maybe know that it's about them and I get into trouble. So I can tell you, like, all stories and stuff. But anyway, so that was the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it, guys, and I see you in the next one. Bye!